Premier League Rundown is sponsored by bwin.
The show where we take a look at the opening betting values of the Premier League matches this week. And joining me now to preview the games and to tell us where the best value lies is Mike Bridgerton, sports writer and regular contributor to SPL Forum. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hi, Natalie.
Okay, we have 10 Premier League matches to preview this week and only one more week after that remaining of our Premier League Rundown show, obviously till next season. So let's get started. Aston Villa versus Chelsea. The Blues come into this match with a victory against the Premier League champions. So spirits will be high and they are favourites here, priced at 1.82 to win with William Hill. Mike, what do you like here?
Yeah, I'm going with the bookies on this one, Natalie. Both sides have got an awful lot of play for. Chelsea are still chasing that final, one of the two final Champions League places. Aston Villa are still one of the teams on 38 points, and they're in a real relegation dog scrap. I think those two things will pretty much even each other out. Chelsea have got the squad and the experience, and they're miles ahead of Aston Villa. I think this is all going to be about Chelsea, and the only question is how much are Chelsea going to beat them by. I think it's going to be a few, 2-0, maybe 3-0, but definitely back a Chelsea victory, don't back anything else.
Stoke versus Tottenham. The Spurs are going to be playing hard for these 3 points if they have any hope of being in the top 4. The last 2 times these teams went head-to-head, they drew 1-1 and 0-0. So if you think this could result in a draw, best odds I found are with Bet Victor at 3.6, or you can bet on the favourites Tottenham, priced at 1.91, with Coral, Paddy Power and William Hill. Mike, what do you like here?
I'm liking Tottenham, Natalie. I do think, though, if you want to bet on something untoward happening for the London club, don't bother betting on a draw because the odds aren't that good. Bet on Stoke winning. It's highly unlikely, but you'll see a very decent return for your money. I think Tottenham need this win. Stoke are safely mid-table. They're not going to go too high. They're not going to get relegated, although it's technically possible. Tottenham are going to win this game, and it's going to be a hard-fought game, and it's probably going to be nasty. So I think have a side bet on a sending off as well.
Everton versus West Ham are big favourites in this match, a home team Everton, with odds on to win from William Hill, priced at 1.5. Is this a good bet or is there better value we can look at?
No, I don't think West Ham are going to do it. I think Everton, they're playing for pride more than anything else now after their draw with Liverpool in the Merseyside derby last weekend. They're not going to make it into the Champions League. West Ham, they did better than a lot of people expected them to do. They did better than I expected them to do. So I think they're going to be happy with anything they can get from this game. Everton's probably going to win this. If you want to get creative, though, bet on a draw, but my money's going on Everton.
Fulham versus Liverpool. The Reds are the bookies' favourites in this match. Last head-to-head against Fulham in December, they won 4-0. Could we expect a repeat on that?
In a word, no. In 2 words, definitely no. Liverpool aren't really a 4-goal side these days, apart from the 6 that they put past Newcastle. But I think that had more to do with Newcastle being poor than Liverpool being brilliant. I think Fulham, who got beaten by Reading as predicted last weekend, I think they'll have had a real talking to by their manager. They've got home advantage. Liverpool might be a little bit coasting. Fulham are going to come out with a point to prove, and I'm going to bet on the underdogs on this one, so my money's gone on Fulham.
Norwich City versus West Brom playing at Carrow Road. This game could be close. Bookies are favouring the home team in this match. Mike, what do you like here?
I think this is pretty much a toss of a coin sort of game. Norwich should know that they're in a little bit of a relegation scrap, but they should survive. West Brom are safely mid-table. This is the sort of game that Norwich should win to stay up. So I think, they're going to want it more and they're going to earn it more. And I'm going to put my money on Norwich winning this game.
QPR versus Newcastle. Harry's team will unfortunately be relegated at the end of this season, and Newcastle will still be fighting to keep clear of that dreaded relegation line. It is going to be another close match, with Newcastle being the bookies' favourites. Mike, what do you like here?
You've got to like Newcastle and Natalie. They're going to be absolutely massive. Geordie's not that they're in a real relegation scrap. QPR are already down. QPR have got nothing to play for. Newcastle have got everything to play for. Also on top of that, they've got some real quality players and some real quality goal scorers in the squad. QPR could be just the sort of side that opens a floodgate for Newcastle. And I think the Geordies could score 2, 3, maybe even 4 goals, but definitely back a Newcastle victory in this game. That's where my money's going.
All right, another close game here is Sunderland versus Southampton. Both teams come into this match from defeats, especially Sunderland, who lost against Aston Villa 6-1. Mike, what do you like here?
Well, I like the fact that Sunderland lost 6-1, but that's probably because I'm a Newcastle fan. I think this game is going to be very, very close. 2 sides beginning with S, 2 sides kind of floating above the relegation zone. I'm very tempted to see a draw is what's going to happen in this game, or toss a coin, because because I've got a soft spot for Southampton. I say if I have to pick a winner, I'm going to pick them. But yeah, my money's actually going to go on a draw, and it's probably going to be 1-1.
Manchester United versus Swansea City. Now, Sir Alex Ferguson could be playing some of his younger team members here, but Swansea will still have a challenge on their hands. The Devils are big favourites, priced at 1.36 with Bet Victor, William Hill and Ewan. Mike, what do you like in this match?
Well, so Man United, you've got to bet on them. I'd say this point of the season, with the trophy already tied up a nice bow for Alex Ferguson and the Red Devils, it's a sort of point of the season where Man United start letting games slip. However, that's what they did against Chelsea last weekend. I think Swansea are going to be on the receiving end of a bit of a Man United style kicking. And I think the young players that Fergie's going to bring through, they're just going to be hungrier for goal. And I think Swansea are going to really have their hands full trying to keep them out. Back a Man United victory, back them winning both halves, and back a decent score.
Arsenal versus Wigan. The big favourite here is Arsenal. Now, it's worth noting that Wigan will have played Manchester City in the FA Cup finals on the 11th, which is 3 days before this match. So they could be fatigued, and depending on how the match went, victors or losers, and could affect gameplay here. Mike, where's the value in your opinion?
The value in my opinion is that I'm quite often right. I really think that Arsenal have got a lot more at stake than Wigan. Wigan, for all they're trying to fight relegation, I think they may have left it too late for their annual push to avoid it. Arsenal, I think they believe they deserve to be in a Champions League spot. They've got the quality, they've got home advantage. Wigan, they're going to have tired legs, and I think they're going to get a kicking from Man City, so their heads will definitely be drooping. Then again, Wigan always seem to pull off this amazing escapology act, like Harry Houdini. So I'm going to have a very, very small side bet on Wigan taking all 3 points from this, but my sensible money's going on Arsenal taking all 3 points.
Reading versus Manchester City. Manchester City are the favourites here. Will have played Wigan in the FA Cup, as I just mentioned. So they could be fatigued, depending on the outcome of this match. Now, is there money to be made in this game?
There's very little money to be made, I'm afraid, Natalie. I think Manchester City, they've got such a powerful squad, and Reading are right at the opposite end of the table. They pretty much couldn't be any further away from City. This game's got a City win written all over it. I don't think the FA Cup's going to make any difference. I think if City win the FA Cup, they're going to be in a good mood and take it out on Reading. If Manchester City lose the FA Cup, they're going to be in a bad mood and take it out on Reading. I don't think Reading have got any chance at all of getting anything from this game. But, the good news is they're already relegated, so they've kind of got nothing to lose. Bet Manchester City and bet very, very hard on them, unless you're feeling crazy. And then in case you can get excellent odds on a Reading victory, but don't expect to see any more of that money.
Yeah, okay. Mike, thanks for joining us today.
Cheers, Natalie. I'll see you next time.